Part 38, Price Reduction Impact Waves. On the second day, Lan Yuxuan launched a new product. No matter how far away, you can smell the fragrance of soap. The wealthy and powerful people in the holy city learned that the soap was used for bathing, and they all bought a piece of expensive soap with the mentality of trying it. After they used the soap, they smelled the fragrance on their bodies, and they all looked narcissistic. For a time, soap became a luxury in the holy city. Even if a piece of soap was worth 300 taels, it still couldn't stop everyone's desire to buy it. Especially when it is said that it is difficult to make soap, it takes a month to make good soap. And this batch of soap is only a few hundred pieces, and it will wait for the next month when it is sold out. As for the rumored hundreds of bars of soap, that's impossible. Because Yi Yang sold tens of thousands of bars in just 3 days. Looking at the amount of more than 3 million gold on the ledger, Yi Yang showed a penetrating smile. Hey, I want you to experience what is sinister. Zhen Yi, who was on the side, looked at the amount on the ledger and was very happy. In just a few days, the treasury has been filled so much that I can't help but praise myself for being smart. Concubine Yi, are you really going to be out of stock? Zhen Yi knew that the person who was rumored to be out of stock was the one sent by Yi Yang, so he asked. In fact, he is very reluctant to run out of stock now. After all, the business is so good that he is reluctant to run out of stock. How is that possible? Yi Yang smiled even more intimidatingly. I will start lowering the price tomorrow. Price reduction, why? Zhen Yi didn't understand. Let them experience what it's like to feel pain in the flesh, hee hee. Yi Yang smiled maliciously. Zhen Yi held his head in his hands and had already guessed why Yi Yang had this wave of saucy actions. It's just that this price cut simply won't hit those aristocratic families with deep roots. Originally Zhen Yi thought that Yi Yang would cut the price to 200 taels at most, but when he heard the Dark Guard report that Yi Yang had reduced the price of soap to 1 tael of silver, his eyes widened and his face was full of disbelief. What did you say? That prodigal thing, 300 taels of things, actually dropped to 1 tael of silver. How can it be revenge on those officials who impeached him? This is completely revenge on me. The more Zhen Yi thought about it, the more depressed he became. He stood up and decided to go to the side hall to find Yi Yang's theory. Before the others got to the side hall, they heard the child's unique laughter coming from the courtyard of the side hall. Eunuch Yun was about to sing, "Your Majesty is here," but Zhen Yi reached out his hand to stop him. Stop shouting, I will go in by myself. In front of Zhen Lin is a hollow circular iron ring. Under the control of the small iron rod, the circular iron ring rolls happily on the ground, and there is a cheerful ding-ding sound. Young concubine Yi, rolling the iron ring is too fun. Is there any more? Zhen Lin's voice stopped abruptly, and the iron ring also rolled away because no one was controlling it, and finally fell to the ground, making a tinkling noise sound. Lying on the rocking chair, Yi Yang closed his eyes and rested. Seeing that Zhen Lin was suddenly silent, he opened his eyes and was about to ask him why he didn't play. But when he saw Zhen Yi, who appeared in the courtyard at an unknown time, he was startled. He jumped, hurriedly knelt down and bowed. My concubine greets your majesty. Long live your majesty. Long live. Long live. Zhen Lin also reacted at this time, and hurriedly knelt down. I see the father, long live the father. Zhen Lin, is this how you study? There was always a stern look in his eyes. Go back to the father, the royal teacher did not come today. So the son came to the father to learn the way of governing the country, but the father was busy with political affairs just now, and the son just. The voice of Zhen Lin became smaller and smaller, and he was always there all year round. Under the baptism of Zhen Yi's majesty, he became very afraid of Zhen Yi. Have I ever said that? As the future emperor of the Holy Dynasty, you are not qualified to play with these useless things? In Zheng Yi's understanding, as the successor of the Holy Dynasty, he must be studying all the time. Your Majesty, the eldest prince is just a child, it's okay to play occasionally. Yi Yang whispered to Zheng Lin from the side. In fact, he is also afraid of Zheng Yi. But who made the toys in Zheng Lin's hand? If Zheng Lin was punished because of himself, he would also blame himself. Zheng Lin is not an ordinary child. How can he use ordinary children's toys? Standard to measure Zheng Lin? Zheng Yi looked at Zheng Lin with a cold face. You haven't gone back to study yet. Yes, royal father. Zheng Lin hurriedly stood up and walked outside in a hurry. But just as he walked under the courtyard gate, Yi Yang's voice came, Your Majesty. Although the eldest prince is not an ordinary child, he is also a child and needs a happy childhood. You have never heard of a happy childhood that heals your life. Does it take a lifetime to heal an unfortunate childhood? Although it is important to learn knowledge, it is also necessary to combine work and rest. Zheng Lin glanced back at Yi Yang, who had a straight body and a righteous look, and was greatly moved. When Zheng Lin saw that Zheng Yi did not punish Yi Yang, he did not dare to stay any longer and left. Zheng Yi looked at Yi Yang, who was speaking for Zheng Lin. For some reason, the anger that was still in his chest slowly dissipated. He sighed and said, Get up. Yi Yang was quite surprised. He thought the emperor would argue with him about raising children. He originally planned to teach Zheng Yi what his mother taught him about teaching children. But who knew that Zheng Yi would not follow the routine? Alas, he stood up and silently stood aside, complaining that Zheng Yi would not teach children. In fact, when I think about it, I know that Zheng Yi is too young. He has an 8-year-old son at only 25. If this was in his time, it would shock everyone. Zheng Yi would not discuss with him the way of raising a baby. He came for the soap. Concubine Yi, why did you lower the price of soap so low? A tale of silver is simply a waste of money. Your Majesty, didn't you tell me to set the price? So, what do you mean by running over here and asking for guilt? Although Yi Yang didn't say the last sentence, Zheng Yi had already read it from his expression, and he gritted his teeth secretly. Yi Yang just wanted to be mad at me. He took a deep breath and said in a gentle tone as much as possible, I said yes, but you maliciously cut prices like this. Not only affecting Lan Yuxuan's integrity, but also Lan Yuxuan's business. Yes, after all, Lan Yuxuan was opened by him. Anyone who dared to trouble Lan Yuxuan would be courting death. But he could not see Yi Yang's malicious price reduction. 300 taels dropped to 1 tael, and he felt that he had lost 10,000 taels of gold invisibly. Your Majesty, don't worry about this, I've already sent someone to Heaven Mansion Academy to sell our paper. Heaven Mansion Academy, don't look at it as just an academy. But the academy's master Bai is a highly respected and knowledgeable teacher. He has taught many students in his life and is very respected. And Lan Yuxuan has Heaven Mansion Academy as the backing. Those who want to find Lan Yuxuan have to weigh up the trouble. After all, no one wants to offend Master Bai, who has disciples all over the world. Zheng Yi saw that Yi Yang had already thought of a way out for Lan Yuxuan, and a glimmer of admiration flashed in his eyes. You are really a clever ghost. That's not right. Yi Yang was complacent. Zheng Yi was speechless. How could this person not understand modesty at all? However, he thought of the most important point and said solemnly, Don't you think it's a loss to sell a piece of soap for a tael of silver? It doesn't matter if you lose money in a short time, but if things go on like this, I won't have such a big family to lose money. Your Majesty, you don't have to worry, I've calculated it. The labor and cost of making a piece of soap is no more than 200 yuan. So selling a piece of soap for 1 or 2 silver is already a big profit. Moreover, the price is cheap, and the people who can buy it. If there are more, wouldn't there be more people buying soap? Yi Yang thought of something and asked excitedly, Your Majesty, are you interested in opening a branch? Opening a branch? Jun Yi understood a little. But some don't understand. Yes, open a branch and fill the entire Holy Dynasty with Lan Yuxuan. And then the money of the whole Holy Dynasty will enter our pockets. The more Yi Yang thought about it, the more excited he felt, and he felt that he was getting closer and closer to his dream. Jun Yi thought that if every state and county had a Lan Yuxuan, wouldn't the funds of the national treasury be doubled? This method is good, but Jun Yi thought of another problem. What if someone pretends to be Lan Yuxuan to deceive? It's not easy. Every time you open a Lan Yuxuan, you will have Lan Yuxuan printed under the plaque. There are some signs, which proves that the sign is the real Lan Yuxuan. The emperor can rest assured. Most people still dare not use the 3 words Lan Yuxuan to deceive. After all, this is opened by the royal family. And no one wants to offend the royal family. Take a step back and say that the things in Lan Yuxuan, they can't fake it if they want to. After all, the people of this dynasty have never learned this knowledge. The principle is very simple, but they just don't know how to make it. If those people who spend 300 taels to buy soap know how to make soap, they will definitely scold Yi Yang for being black-hearted. Not to mention 300 taels, even a tael of silver is too expensive for them. Jun Yi is right when he thinks about it, it seems that he is unfounded. Of course, the young emperor is still very happy when he thinks that Lan Yuxuan will open up the entire Holy Dynasty in the future. He who didn't seem to care much about money in the past has become a little greedy for money now. Sure enough, those who are close to bead are red, those who are close to ink are black. And now even he is the same as Yi Yang, and he also likes money. In the holy city, as long as there is a little money and power, the same drama is staged in almost all households. In the right of Prime Minister's house, the right of Prime Minister stared at the soap in his hand, really wanting to vent his anger on the ground. But thinking that this piece of soap was worth 300 taels, he was reluctant to throw it away. Okay, this Yi Yang is really cruel. The soap for 1 tael sells for 300 taels for the official. The right of Prime Minister's eyes were full of ruthlessness. It was the first time that he had grown so big. Being teased by a junior. This revenge is not retribution for a non-gentleman. He was thinking about how to get revenge on Yi Yang in the front yard. But the wives and concubines in his backyard were holding the soap in their hands and wanted to cry without tears. Especially the wives and concubines who bought several bars of soap, guarding the soap and wiping away their tears. The atmosphere of the Luo family was not right today, especially Luo Yunxiao, who had snapped up hundreds of pieces of soap based on his connections. His expression was so gloomy that he seemed to be dripping ink. Although he won't lose these soaps, he feels very uncomfortable when he thinks that he was put together by Emperor Majesty. He thought it was Emperor Majesty who deliberately punished him, but he didn't know that this was just Yi Yang's small revenge for the officials who impeached him. Home Master. What should I do with the soap in the warehouse? Someone asked aloud. Before they learned that it is extremely difficult to make soap, so they bought all of them with their connections. And then sold them at a high price. Who knew that Emperor Majesty would actually put them together, causing them to lose more than 100,000 gold for no reason? Although the Luo family can sell these soaps to other countries at a high price to make a profit, but thinking that a piece of soap is only 1 or 2 silver, it is very uncomfortable. As disgusting as eating a fly. Fei Luo. Luo Yunxiao began to call. The child is here. A man in his 20s stood up and responded respectfully. Immediately bring a team of people to transport all these soaps to the Sun Yao dynasty and ask your second uncle to quickly sell all these soaps to the officials at Sun Yao dynasty. The soap is sold. Otherwise the price of the soap will definitely be cut in half when the caravan of the Holy Dynasty arrives in the Sun Yao dynasty. Yes. The baby promises to complete the task. Fei Luo knew that there was no delay, so he turned around and went out, and started to prepare to go to the Sun Yao dynasty. There are not a few businessmen who think like the Luo family. When they learned that the soap dropped to 1 or 2 silver, they were angry at first. Especially many businessmen used most of their net worth to buy soap. They originally wanted to trouble Lan Yuxuan, but thinking of Lan Yuxuan's power, they cowardly chose to swallow it up. So they had to find another way. Thinking that there are no soaps in the surrounding countries, can they go to the neighboring countries and sell the soaps and make money? Especially when you think that soap is so cheap now, why not buy more, and then ship it to neighboring countries to sell at a high price, so don't you make money back? As a result, Lan Yuxuan, who was supposed to face verbal criticism, ushered in a new wave of climax. Countless merchants crowded at the entrance of Lan Yuxuan to buy soap. If it weren't for the simplicity of making soap, there might not be enough to sell. When Zheng Yi learned that Lan Yuxuan was about to be crowded by the merchants, he doubted whether he had auditory hallucinations. Turning to think of what business these businessmen were doing, he burst out laughing. These people's minds are really flexible. And they can turn a desperate situation into a way to get rich. Your Majesty, although the price of soap is cheap, the benefits are still very considerable. Especially most of the craftsmen in the Ministry of Industry are busy making soap. Master Lu, the Minister-Chief of the Ministry of Industry, has been very popular recently. He never imagined that the situation of one of the lowest 6 departments in the past has been reversed and the situation is now looming. Super rank 3rd in the Ministry of Rights. Especially now that he went to court, the officials who used to ignore him all came to curry favor with him. Well, isn't there enough manpower now? Zheng Yi asked. It's not enough. Master Lu replied truthfully. Several workshops have been added recently, resulting in a serious shortage of manpower, and many craftsmen are busy with several workshops. When the paper is on sale, the bamboo slips will definitely be eliminated, and those craftsmen who make bamboo slips will definitely lose their livelihoods because of this. When the time comes, the craftsmen will mainly choose these bamboo slip making craftsmen. Zheng Yi knew that if the paper sold well, bamboo slips would be replaced by paper. To the entire Holy Dynasty, paper is of great significance, but to the craftsmen who make bamboo slips, it is a disaster. Not wanting the people of the Holy Dynasty to starve to death because of himself, he decided that the next batch of craftsmen would give priority to craftsmen who could make bamboo slips. Master Lu was shocked. He didn't think of this level, but the Holy Master did. And he was in awe. It is a blessing for the entire Holy Dynasty to have such a bright king. The minister obeys the order. Master Lu's expression became more and more respectful. Okay. Let's go down. Zheng Yi waved his hand, indicating that he could go down. Here. Master Lu hurriedly exited the Xinghe Palace. Just as Master Lu left, Eunuch Yun walked in and reported. Your Majesty, concubine Yi asks to see you. Zheng Yi was a little surprised. You know, Yi Yang almost always avoided him, so why did he ask for a meeting? Although he was puzzled, he still nodded. Let him come in. Eunuch Yun responded, and hurriedly left the Xinghe Palace to invite Yi Yang. Yi Yang, who was allowed to walk into the Xinghe Palace, was about to kneel down and salute when Zheng Yi suddenly said, there is no need to salute in the future when there are no outsiders around. That feeling is good. Yi Yang was not polite at all. So he just stood and said, "Your Majesty, all the affairs of the Ministry of Industry are now on the right track, and I have returned to the palace. May I ask Your Majesty, when will my Jinyang Palace be repaired? It's been almost 2 months, and it's his turn to go to the Jinyang Palace." "Soon," Jun Yi replied perfunctorily. Jun Yi deliberately did not repair the Jinyang Palace, and spent a lot of time with Yi Yang, so that Yi Yang would fall in love with him. As long as he got Yi Yang's heart, would he be afraid that he would betray him? Yi Yang didn't know what little calculation was in Jun Yi's heart. He replied with a gloomy expression, "Your Majesty, can you give me an accurate date? You know, living in Star Palace, he is always worried that the Emperor will be beastly. What did he do to him? Wait a minute and ask Eunuch Yun." Jun Yi continued to find excuses to be perfunctory. Yi Yang felt that Jun Yi deliberately did not repair his Jinyang Palace. But Jun Yi has said so. And it is not easy for him to continue to entangle on this issue, so he has to talk about another matter. "Your Majesty, this concubine has an unkind request." "Speak." No wonder he took the initiative to see him, it turned out to be something to ask him. "Your Majesty, please allow me to go home to visit relatives." Yi Yang replied respectfully. The system of this dynasty was very humane, and the concubines of the harem could go home to visit relatives once a year. So Yi Yang wanted to use this opportunity to go out of the palace to see the great rivers and mountains of the Holy Dynasty. Jun Yi was a little suspicious, wondering why Yi Yang wanted to return to Yi Mansion. "Do you want me to dispel my doubts about his identity?" Thinking so, he nodded and agreed. "Okay,